Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven.
My mother called me and told me that she thought that there was a problem at the shop because Samuel had gotten up and run out of the house without saying a word. When I went there, I had perfect peace. When the police officer told me that the person had been shot was Nipsey Hussle, my spirit said, oh, that's it. Okay?
Never was I prepared for anything like this, so bear with me, y'all. I'm gonna, Ermias was asleep one morning, and I was watching him because I used to love to just watch him sleep. And I wrote him a text while he was sleeping so that when he woke up, he would read it. And so I'm gonna share with you that text, and then I'll go into my little stories about him that were special to me. Ermias, I want you to know that I feel real joy in my heart when I'm around you. I feel safe around you, protected, like a shield over me when you're around. I'm totally myself when I'm with you, which is probably annoying because I don't wear my cool mask anymore. You've made me into more of a woman. You've given me the opportunity to really love a man. You've been with me while I've been sick, through all my fears. You have encouraged me and inspired me to reach higher. I've learned so much about myself with you. You've been my turn up and my church. I wouldn't want to go through this journey with anyone but you. I look up to you in a lot of ways, and I strive to educate myself more like you have. And when we are at odds, I feel defeated and sad, knowing that we are so much better than that. I just want you to know that you've been the greatest boyfriend to me. You aren't perfect, but I would never ask you to be. You and I work, we fit, and you're the coolest guy in the world to me, still. I love you so much unconditionally. My truth is this: I'm never gonna give up on you. My love and my devotion is to you. And I sent that January 21st, 2019.
So in the morning, Ermias would say respect at the window. So on my count of 3, I want everybody to yell respect. 3, 2, 1.
To the mother, father, family, friends of Ermias Asgedom, known to the world as Nipsey Hussle.
And I'm so honored and blessed that I got to experience such a man. I know everyone is hurting, but I'd like to say something to my city, Los Angeles. Y'all from LA, stand up. Because this pain is really ours, you know? We know what it meant to us. We lost an incredible soul. We lost someone very rare to us, and we lost a real one. And we won't ever be the same. But in Hussle's words, because he used to always say this, the game is gonna test you, never fold. Stay 10 toes down. It's not on you, it's in you. And what's in you, they can't take away. And he's in all of us. And to Armius, the love of my life, you know what it is. Grief is the final act of love. My heart hears you. I feel you everywhere. I'm so grateful that I had you. I love you beyond this earth.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And until we meet again, the marathon continues.
If I die today, I know to set proud, nigga. And that's how Nip thought, you know. He loved everybody, and he loved who he grew up with, where he grew up, and just wanted to inspire and always bring something back and make, you know, it wasn't about how some people think, handouts and giving. You know, when we was growing up, we just admired the people in the community that was hustling and had, because we grew up kind of had not, so they didn't have to give us anything. They inspired and showed us a way, and we molded ourselves after the positive people that wasn't on drugs, that wasn't alcoholics, the hustlers basically. And so they didn't have to really even say anything to us. They demonstrated with action. And you know, Nip, that's what Nip was about. Nip was about demonstrating and coming back that people could walk up, touch, see. And, you know, he appreciated, whether he said it or not, the pats on the back. And it meant a lot to him. Bro, keep doing your thing, man. We appreciate what you're doing. You're making it look good. You know, you putting us on the map. You know, that shit meant a lot to him. And that shit meant a lot to me from everybody who did that. And, you know, like you said, if I die today, I made the set proud, nigga. You made the world proud. You know, look at this shit, bro. This shit, you know, the whole family appreciates everything. And my grandma, you know, she loved him to death, and he loved her to death. And you know, I know she was already proud, but she can't even believe the news and the people calling and just the love that the people feel about bro. You know, is one thing that I know he's happy about also. Just the family understanding what he meant to everybody else is very big. I don't want to be long-winded, man. I just you know, maybe I'll tell you some things maybe you didn't know about Nip, man.
That if you sat with him, it gave you power and energy. It like filled up your spiritual tank. So that when I left and went to work and whatever, I was in the world for the next week, he had left something with me. And so I'm sad. I was sad that I wouldn't have that anymore. And then I thought about, my son knows the secret to the mystery of life. How thrilling is that? How thrilling is that? He liked thrilling, fast rides, ATVs, and all that. I'm like, how do we move around when we're on the other side in the spiritual realm? I'm sure that Hermes is loving it there. I think it's like a Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It's dark, and I always wanted to get out and get the jewels out of the treasure chest. So when I think of death from the perspective of Hermes, it doesn't hurt, you see.
To all of us who are here, who come to pay our respect to this prophetic soul who is to hip hop and rap what Bob Marley was to reggae, he is the prophetic voice of all in that community. What do I mean by that? He lived the gang life, but he didn't stay there. He lived the life of the hood, but he rose above the pull of gravity. They showed me a picture of Ermias with wings on. And wings in the scripture, it says, "Behold, I send my messenger from before my face. He will prepare the way before me, and in his wings there is healing." I saw that picture of my brother Ermias with wings, and I saw him soaring above the hood. Some saw him and said, "Where he going? Is he ever going to come back?"
I'm just so happy that the album was able to come out and he was able to do what he said he was going to do. You know, a lot of people thought coming up and when he first got signed, he was going to get some money and leave. You know, like he said, they didn't have a fucking clue. You know what I mean? They had no clue of what he really was going to do.
And sometimes when you can fly above the circumstances of your life, it produces envy and enmity and jealousy among those who have not yet learned how to fly.
He has such beautiful energy. He's intelligent. He's radiant. He's a superhero. I'm going to tell you a story. I was living as a single mother with the boys, and I just thought that I didn't need a man because I could make my own money. You know, I had bought my own house because Nana told me you could only move back in with me if you save your money and buy a house. So I learned how to change my oil. And I thought that I was just that woman. And I got the right weight oil, I used the dipstick, I put the oil in the engine, and we drove from 60th and Rimpaw to Slauson, right across the street from Ladera Park near Windsor Florist. And all of a sudden, smoke started coming out of my engine. My engine was on fire because I had forgotten to replace the cap on the oil receptacle. So the oil had spewed out all over my tubing and everything, and my engine was on fire. Do you know that Ermias did not hesitate? He was like 8, 9, or 10. He hopped out of the car. He ran all the way down the hill on Slauson in the middle of the street to the intersection of Slauson and La Brea, and there was a fire engine that was making a left-hand turn. The light turned from red to green, but I don't know how little Ermias commandeered their attention. They made a U-turn and came back and extinguished my fire. And do you know what? I was able to turn the car on and keep on driving. I didn't need to call AAA. Not a hose was busted. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that that's what I want to tell you guys now, okay? Our engine is on fire now. We're burning, but we're not destroyed. And just lastly, I want to say that Ermias was a legacy.
To honor a life that will become more famous in death than in life, and the work that his life will produce will go down in history as something that changed the world. The name Ermias in the language of the Eritrean people means God is rising. The name Nipsey in that same language means homie, a brother from the hood that never really left the hood, but now the whole world will embrace him as his life and his death changes the hood and produces a profound change in the world.
And come on. I want everybody to know, man, Nip put his heart and soul on Crenshaw and Slauson. And we used to talk, we gotta go. We don't know if we're gonna go at 80, 60, 30, or 20. But the one thing is to make sure when you go the right way. You stand up for what you believe in. You put your money where your mouth is. You never fold. You never let the pressure sway you from doing what you want to do. You never let anything, the politics, stop you from coming around and staying around. And I hope everybody knows that that's what bro did. Bro stayed and he died on Crenshaw and Slauson. And everybody who showed love, even the ones who didn't, Nip had nothing but love and respect and humbleness. And that's what I want to leave, man. I love him. And I hope I didn't leave anything out, man.
I know that if Ermias can look down on us, that he's very honored also. He was very humble. And I'm just glad that the legacy of love that my mother started and that she passed on to me, that I passed on to my son, and since he was in the public arena, that he passed some of the love in his heart into the love that's in your hearts. So let's water the seeds of love that Ermias displayed to you, that you know that you have planted in your heart. Let's water that love and let it grow. And what I was going to say, because the ego is what hurts us. So when we can get me, I, my, and mine out of our thinking,
That's where he's at.
and think about, what is the other person feeling? What is the other person thinking? What is the other person experiencing? What is the situation all about in its fuller spiritual context? Then it makes the pains that we experience as human beings on the road of life that we travel a lot easier to handle.
Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Would you help me understand if I saw you in heaven? I find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. heaven, I must be strong to carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. I must be strong to carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. No, 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 no. Here in heaven. Oh, oh, oh. Love you, Nipsey.